All right, so I've got the bodywork all removed, all the steering, pretty much everything that was bolted on is removed, except for, I guess, the steering. I still got to pull that off. But next up, I'm going to pull the engine out of here. Shouldn't be too bad. Just going to use the engine hoist, lift her out, set to the side, and then I'm going to really dig in doing finish welds, grinding things down, getting it wire wheeled, and a coat of paint on this whole thing so that we can start putting it back together and go drive it. So, next up, engine's got to come out. There we go. Wasn't too bad. Just a little bit worried that after all this time, that pin, this solid 1-inch steel pin, was going to be a little bit seized in there. Let's see. Haha. There we go. Full front axle, steering assembly, all that. One piece. Perfect. All right, so got all the wiring just finished up here. I think I did a much better job this time. It also looks a lot cleaner the way I ran the wires inside the frame, which so I've got a new motor here. I had to order this motor, so it's brand new. And a sad, funny, but true fact is I paid more for this replacement motor than I did for this engine and the whole motorcycle it came in. Oh no, bring it up. All right, so we've got the engine bolted back in. The electrical is all done. Everything is done and just ready for the final terminations to the fan, the lights, what else? The ignition, that kind of stuff. So next, I'm going to first bolt on the pillow blocks that go here for the steering system. Get that out of the way, that should be easy. Is also going to help remind me a little bit spatially where some things go. And then I'm going to take the front axle. It's kind of like a solid axle that we made in the first video. I still need to clean it up and get a coat of paint on it. It's already done with all the welding, so I just need to make it look nice and keep it from rusting. And then I've also got some steering components. There's a plate up here that holds a bearing for the steering itself. I need to finish the welding on that, get it cleaned up and painted, and then the seat bracket too, get a seat mounted on there from the one that we made in the last video. So it's getting pretty good. It's looking complete. I think it looks really cool. And we're moving pretty quick now. So I'm going to go ahead and put those blocks on and then get to cleaning up those other parts for the suspension and the steering. All right, got my top pillow block, goes right here. And I've got my absolutely massive hardware. This is like 1/2-inch bolts. Way overkill for this. I don't know what I was thinking. This is like trophy truck stuff. But it'll be strong. That is for sure. All right, bottom pillow block. Just like that. Okay. Steering rack. All right, so as I'm taking this apart, remember it was quite a while ago that I designed this up and built this steering rack. Probably a year ago, actually. And in hindsight, I wouldn't have done it this way. This, I think it's going to be really strong because of the way that I designed it with these bolts going all the way through. So it is 3D printed, but the problem you have with 3D prints is that their weak point is along the layer line, which in this case is purposely running this way. The reason that I did these long through bolts going, you know, there's 4 here that go all the way through, and then the 4 here that clamp down on it. When they run all the way through, it pulls all of those layers together instead of letting them shear off. So I do think this is going to be pretty strong, and I'm gonna roll with it and see how it goes. I do have another idea if this turns out to be too weak of a point. I have another idea that I saw somebody else do that would have worked just the same, but it would have been with some pre-made steel clamps, essentially. Steel clamps, and I could have just welded onto the front axle here, and then they're those split clamps is what I'm thinking. So the split clamps that would actually clamp onto that steering rack and pinion would be stronger than this, but at the same time I kind of want to see how this does, you know. We'll do a little torture test and see if this is strong enough. So ready for paint. All right, so in order to finish assembling all of that, I need to finish welding and put a coat of paint on all the remaining bits and bobs that went into making the rest of it function. So I've got them all laid out here. Not that many, but you can see, of course, we've got, you know, this is part of the steering, these bearings, only tack welded, so I need to finish welding those. Same for the sprockets here. This is done, looks pretty good. That's our shifter. Just needs some paint. Yeah, we got some shift linkages, all these little things. Some of these look, you know, really nice as is, but they'll just look really nice once they're cleaned up and get a coat of paint on. And oh my God, what is that? That is gonna be fixed. So I'm gonna fire up the welder, fix that ugly weld, grind it down. Don't know what happened there. And then finish welding the rest of it, put a coat of paint on it, and then we're gonna have everything ready to go. All right, so we have got all of these parts now ready to be reassembled. Looking good here. So, of course, we got the fan shroud / mount with some good advice. Brake linkage looks pretty good. Shifter, some couplings and things here. What do we got? Some steering components here. And my shift linkage here. So, you know, overall, I think it looks pretty good. You'd be amazed how much better your ugly welds look after you have some high gloss black paint on them. So, highly recommend doing that. At this point, we're ready to go just full blast into reassembly with the rear axle, the steering, the shrouds, getting all the lights and everything hooked back up. and get this thing one step closer to driving. So with that, I'm going to end this video here, and then in the next video, we will dive into this whole reassembly and take this thing out for a spin. Don't forget, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more of this kind of stuff. I'll keep making them. I enjoy building them, and I like sharing them with everybody. So hit that subscribe button, share this video with somebody else that might be interested in putting a motorcycle engine in a lawnmower, because who doesn't want to do that, I guess. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video.